If you can be honest with me for like a quick second, would you and yourself be loyal to an NBA franchise? And now, when thinking about that, imagine you're in the NBA. You get on the lottery, top 5 pick, you get drafted to an incompetent franchise. Hold up, let's just say you're LeBron James. 2003, drafted number 1 overall to your hometown team, Cavaliers. You should have some loyalty. That's your hometown. You grew up there. You know people from there. You know what? You want to give them a benefit of the doubt. You spend 11 years on a franchise and they managed to put at least one all-star around you. They had Carlos Boozer. He later became an all-star with the Utah Jazz. So count him 2 all-stars around him. Why stay loyal to an NBA franchise? And it comes down to a couple factors. One of the main factors is the front office competent enough to put talent around you? I think loyalty in the NBA right now is dead, and the Portland Trailblazers have killed the final loyal player in the NBA, and player loyalty is back. Player loyalty is here. People are going to be loyal to their paychecks, to their money that they're going to be getting. You only get 10 years to play this game on average. You got to make as much money as you want to. Being loyal to a franchise or a team that doesn't want to put actual talent around you is only going to hinder your life. It's only going to make things worse. And Dame figured it out. It's about time. He's a little old. He should have figured it out a little bit earlier in his career. But, I have a team. I'm a fan of a team. I love when players are loyal, but you got to realize that the NBA is a business. They have to take care of their families, take care of their friends. It's just, you can't expect a person to be loyal to a franchise who constantly doesn't put talent around them. Perfect example, Damian Lillard just requested out of the Portland Trailblazers organization. Something he should have did 5 years ago. What probably broke the camel's back is this quote is that, and we don't have anything besides the first overall pick. Don't worry, Dame. We're trading for talent. Scoot Henderson is on their Summer League roster, and he's not going anywhere. They said they want to be competitive. Dame's like, okay, let's be competitive. Right back at you, Dame. We're going to be competitive. Signs Jeremy Grant to a $150 million 4-year contract. Jeremy Grant's a damn good player, believe me. He shouldn't be making that much money to be a 3rd or 4th option on a title contender at best. Damn near not a 1st. Really not a 2nd. He might be a 3rd. Damian Lillard should realize that loyalty in the NBA is gone. And he realized that. So he did realize that. Also, for the mere fact that now reports came out, the Portland Trailblazers they don't care about Dame's request to the Miami Heat. They will look for other avenues to get the most amount of assets back. As they should. It's a business. The NBA is a business. They're not going to treat Dame and get a Tyler Hero and a Duncan Robinson and get fleeced just to make one player happy. Okay, you know what? That player's been with your franchise since 2011. You got to love him. But Dame's kind of the dumb one for staying with an incompetent franchise who just paying a bunch of money, letting go to Trendon Watford, who's a really good young player. So I'm like, I don't know. Loyalty in the NBA is looking kind of fishy because, I don't know. I don't know who's the next player that's going to spend 11, that long amount of years on one franchise the way things are going, because I don't know. But on that point, I just want to talk about how really some franchises, they need this wake-up call. They need this wake-up call right now that a loyal person like Damian Lillard, I will never run from the grind, quotation marks, is running from the grind, I guess, because sometimes the grind is too much. If you're not a top 3 player in the NBA, it's hard to carry a trash-ass team to the playoffs. Damian Lillard, as good as he is, he's getting older, and he was never a top 3 player in the NBA anyway, who could carry a trash franchise. Maybe a LeBron's, maybe a Steph Curry, a Kevin Durant could carry a really, really, really bad team to the play-in/playoffs, but that's all they're going. They're not going any further. Dame's at the point where he wants to compete for rings. It's almost the end. And the packages that they're getting for Dame are looking pretty good from teams that aren't the Miami Heat, though. Tyler Hero isn't really that interested on a team that has Anthony Simons already, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Nazir Little. I mean, Nurkic is probably gone. I mean, but you look at, they're trying to trade Claxton. I'll take that deal and send Dame to the Nets if I was the Trailblazers. I'm sorry, Dame, but that's the best deal. You get a future Defensive Player of the Year for Damian Lillard. That's a trade that I'll make. You get the center of the future. Hard to find good big men. But I'm like, it's about time the NBA, people of the NBA realize that you only have so much time to make money. So ignore the barking. You only have so much time to make money in the NBA. So make your Lord, make your money, young men. Make your money. You're the number one player in your life. Don't listen to all these franchises and what they tell you to do. If you're playing, give it 100% of your effort, and the team fails to build a good, competent team around you, or drafts well at all, because the Portland Trailblazers hasn't really drafted that well either. That's their fault. A team that trades a young Gary Trent Jr. for what's his face? I literally forgot his name, but then they end up trading him to the Clippers. Norman Powell. That's a dumb trade. You trade for an older version of Gary Trent Jr. We could just kept Gary Trent Jr. And it's like they were scared of the rebuild. They never let the rebuild happen, and they were okay with being competent. That's the problem with NBA franchises. They get too happy with being competent, making the playoffs. They realize this is a game, and people play it to win it all. Not everybody's just trying to make the playoffs. As a Pelicans fan, it's okay when we make the playoffs, but I'm trying to compete. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard seeing your team losing in the first round or not making the playoffs or in the play-in. Like, that stuff's hard. And Damian Lillard at the years of not making the playoffs or losing in the first round, second round, doing the best he can, dropped at 55 against the Denver Nuggets, one of the best games I ever seen with my own eyes. It gets hard, and all I can say is that Dame, I mean, it's time. It's time. Whatever team you get traded to, I hope it's the Miami Heat for your sake, so you can actually have a team around you. I'm not a Damian Lillard fan, I guess. I'm just a fan of the NBA, and I just want to say that Damian Lillard, it's about time you realize that. You could have realized that a little bit earlier. That's why I'm faulting you a little bit. You could have realized that a lot more earlier. But you make your money. You made your money. Good on you. Everybody making their money. You know what? Just hopefully you find your way, Damian Lillard.